People gathered for a sit-in at Revolution Hall in Southeast Portland in honor of George Floyd. Today would have been his 47th birthday. Floyd's death at the hands of Minneapolis police back in May sparked protests across the country and in Portland.
We remember George Floyd. Not only was he a father, not only was he a human, but his life absolutely mattered. His life still matters.
Prominent politicians, including presidential nominee Joe Biden and Oregon Governor Kate Brown, both also marked Floyd's birthday on social media. The governor called it a stark reminder of the need for police accountability and reform. The Oregon Historical Society reopened in downtown Portland today after being damaged during a riot Sunday night. That riot followed a day of rage demonstration claiming to support Indigenous people. The Historical Society says it has been overwhelmed by the support it's received the past few days, including memberships and $60,000 in donations.